fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Silver.
On first down, Jeffries call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on second down, Eason. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Marsh. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Ready, set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Right back to him on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Ready.
Let's get the ball.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on first down. Eason. That's into the hands of Edwards. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
70, Indy. Now.
They'll run on first down. Jeffries. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Set. 8-3.
Following the fumble recovery, Bullard throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. They'll try the left side. Swift, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. From the gun, Bullard. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Let's go. 60 yards.
Check back, check back.
Hey, Haywood.
Looking to throw on second down. Bullard steps away, and it's a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
52's the mic. Let's go.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Got it.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Hey, orbit.
Throwing again. Bullard. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shelton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Second and 6 at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Tight end right. You got 4
Down.
Second and 6. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A gain of 29 yards. And the Seahawks.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
On first down. Swift. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Go!
58, right?
To throw on 2nd down. Bullard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 18 game.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready up.
58, come on. I'm here all day.
Get it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Second and 4. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Following the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal.
61, match box lights.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 13, check 13, 25, check 25.
Looking to throw. Bullard. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, 1st down. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Ready.
At the 36-yard line.
Cut, cut, cut.
Big grip, big grip.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Operating from the gun, Eason. Going for a right side here, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
5.
52, Mike 52. You better be afraid.
5.
To throw on second down, Eason. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Let's go.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
No chance.
Get it.
From the gun, Eason. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 19 yards away. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Going up. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Watch the curl. 58, boys. 58. 58, Mike.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, high 7. Let go.
Back to throw. Bullard. Going left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy.
And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
This pass complete to Higgins. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
And the Seahawks first down.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, defense.
Snap.
On 1st and 10, Bullard, and an alley to run, and he coughed it up, and now the Rams have got it, going the other way, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now, a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Results in a 4th down.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
On the ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Bullard. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The escapability in evidence there. Is that one good for 15 and a first?
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a give, right side. Swift. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Swift, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, Bullard. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Eason. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Got his man on the comebacker. That's Edwards. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Eason. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. Swift. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready, break.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, here we go. Kill, kill, kill.
Snap.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking to throw on second down. Bullard, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Mike, 58, right there.
Squeeze, double.
Go.
58's the money. 58's the money.
All day, every day, any day.
Hey, seam 6. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Eason firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him 6 yards in the first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
58's Mike.
Go.
Come on now. 58, right over there.
Back to throw. Eason. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, Roy.
Looking to throw. Eason. Throw left side complete. That's Edwards. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Eason. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now the first carry for Bush. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Bullard looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shelton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. 58, right up.
Looking to throw. Bullard. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down there. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And to give this time to the tailback. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jeffries.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, orbit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Ready.
48 Mike. Record.
Bravo.
Mike 48. Watch the curve.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for L.A., they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.